So the parents were enabling this while he was a minor. The question is why? Now, they were uberly liberal. We see that based on the history of their social medias and, their totality, meaning the father and the mother. They were liberal. Now, were they bleeding heart liberals ideologically, or did they just do it because they wanted to be accepted and they thought it was the normal thing, because they see the cancel mob viciously come for people, and not everybody's built like Mike Crispi and producer Frankie, where if you try to cancel us, we strike back and then it goes away. Not everybody's built like that, okay? So I don't know what the deal is, but I can tell you this. The mother worked at the school. We've talked about that. And what happened after this happened? This horrible shooting with the death. What did the mother do, Frankie? Do you know what the mother did? Like a true liberal, the mother didn't cooperate with the police and lawyered up. Despicable. It's funny because I've learned that recently, and I've been on the air. I filled in for Grant Stinchfield on this network on Thursday, and I was saying, a little controversially, that the parents should face some type of recourse here. It's a little controversial. But I think it's being proved, because what did the mom do? Lawyered up, did not cooperate. Interesting. What does that tell you about the family? What does that tell you about the ideology so far gone? What does that tell you when the Democrats like Fry and Ellison get up there, even in the face of this violence? They are not stupid. They know what causes it. They know about the puberty blockers. They know what the drugs do. They know what the side effects are. But they do it anyway. So let me ask you this. If you had a child, okay, who was 17 years old, and the child had severe mental and physical deficiencies, they were very disabled and special needs, and you let that child sit and, soil himself and not be able to cook for himself and spiral out on their own, leave them to their own devices, would the parents be charged with child abuse? The answer is probably yeah. The parents would face some type of recourse. Frankie, am I right about this, or do you disagree with me?
I don't disagree with you. I will say, though, the only reason it's a little muddy is because we're now dealing with a kid who's above the age of 18. He is an adult. So As far as the legal situation goes, I mean, the whole situation is just horrible. I can't put myself in the position of this mother who raised this lunatic, and there's no way of us to figure out really how much it was himself and how much they could have known about it. But yeah, I mean, you bring up good points. There just might be a slippery slope with just the idea that they can't seek legal counsel when they don't know what's going on. They just found out their child's an animal, and he hasn't lived with them in a few years. So that does open up these other problems, because up until this point, it was usually a minor. So now we're dealing with that trans shooter last year, the woman who transitioned to be a man that we never got the manifesto for. And with this one, the age is going up. So I don't know.
Well, I'll say this. Everybody talks about the shooter being over the age of 18. I get it. But the social media history shows from the age of below 17, they were enabling this, prescribing the drugs, helping the child get the drugs, helping them do the name change, marching them down this path. Again, that's created from above. That's created from the mainstream media. That's created from the leftist politicians. But something's got to give, because they set the child up for absolute disaster.